I wish I had a mic, you guys would hear how crunchy it is and how moist, and it has those spices, the coriander, the paprika, which is Hi guys! I hope you're doing well. Welcome once again to Loise's Kitchen, where we make amazing, mouth-watering, simple dishes. Welcome for joining us, and if you're a returning subscriber, we're really grateful that you're here with us. If you're a new subscriber, we are really glad that you also joined us. Now we'll go straight to the ingredients, where we'll be making spiced fries. Welcome guys. First ingredients, these are our potatoes. I have about 5. I've not yet cut this one. I'll show you guys how I attained this shape once I introduce all the ingredients. And then these are our spices. Remember, we are going to be doing spiced seasoned fries. This is paprika and coriander powder. The coriander is more than the paprika, which is a preference of mine, but you guys can use portions that you prefer. And then for our next ingredient, we have some coriander, which I'm going to be finely chopping it down. Then we have some salt, which we're going to put to taste. So we'll go straight through, cut the potato, and I'll show you guys how I got these shapes. Guys, when you want a straight angle on all ends, some people do away with these ends, but of course we don't want to throw away food. So usually I cut it as it is, and I try to keep the shapes in the same sizes for all of them. Guys, as I had showed you, we chopped our potatoes into these sizes. Now, I've completely rinsed the potatoes until the water is clear. So this water is freezing cold water. If you can get ice cubes, the better. It helps with making the potatoes more crispier. So you need to soak them in cold, very cold water for about 30 minutes. And if you can put in the fridge, that would even give you a better result. So I'll leave this to stay in this water for about 30 or so minutes, and then we'll start with the cooking process. So we need to check our oil. I've already checked it, and we need it on medium high. Guys, for this part, we only need to put the potatoes in the oil for about 3 minutes. Actually, if you can, I don't know if you can hear that sound, they're already crunchy because they were in the water, and then I put them in the fridge for some time. I've already done my first bunch. I have blanched in this oil, so I'm going to show you guys how I did it and how I'm going to do for all the potatoes. So here we have our potatoes, which are draining off from the water that we soaked them in for about 30 minutes, and I put in the fridge. Then here I have packed them dry with a cloth, kitchen cloth, so that now I can put in the oil. This step is really important because it drains off the potatoes from any water that it might have. So now we are going to blanch for 3 or so minutes. By blanching the potatoes, we blanch them until the point where they are well done, but they still have a little bite. And usually that's how sometimes we get our potatoes like this, but we want them well done but crunchy on the outside. And again, we are spicing and seasoning them. So our fire is on medium high. Do not cook all your potatoes at the same time, as the temperature of the oil usually goes down. So do in bunches that are manageable and that will not reduce the temperature of the oil. This will get them to the consistency that you want your potatoes in. And as we are doing that, these potatoes are cooling down and they are being drained off of any excess oil. If you have a wire rack, it's a better option because the dripping just happens at the bottom of your tray. But this works as well, so you can do this. So once this is done, we'll put it in this section. So I'll just create some space for it there as we wait for this. So as it's cooking, also agitate it a bit. The sizes that we had cut, it's hard for it to get mushy because they are about 1/3 of an inch or so. If you can hear, it's actually crunchy, but we want it golden than it is. Look at that color, it looks beautiful. The potatoes are actually ready, but we need to cook them a second time because this time we were just blanching them. So really putting them in ice cold water for 30 minutes in the fridge really helps, plus draining off any excess water. For our first bunch, guys, as you can see, the potatoes have cooled enough for me to hold them. They are not burning, and that's also an advantage of doing them in bunches. So we put them in the oil, and this time we want to get a crispy golden texture. Remember, they're already ready. In fact, if you have a child, this is actually a good texture for them to eat them with, and it's not oily. You can see, guys, it's not oily. So this portion will be enough for the first cook. Don't overcrowd. Let this cook for another 5 to 8 minutes until you get the color you want and the texture that you want. Remember, don't just consider the time, also consider what you're seeing, because what I am cooking and what you might be cooking might be different in terms of portions. So also you need to look at what you want. As you can see already, I've started getting that golden brown color, but I want it more, and they're actually already crispy. So this is really good. So I'll let it cook a little bit more, and I'll show you guys later on. So this is our last bunch. As you can see, I have that golden texture and they are crunchy. If you can hear that sound, they are really crunchy, but they are also soft on the inside. And as soon as they're here, as you can see, these ones I've already spiced them up. So you take your spices. Remember, you spice with whatever you like. You spice them up when they're still hot. That is for the spices I am using. I am using coriander and paprika, and I'm also spicing with some salt to taste. So when you do it at this point, the flavors are absorbed as they cool down a bit until they get to. Then I'm going to sprinkle my coriander. This is also nice for the garnish. And I'll see you guys in a minute. Welcome back, guys. It's about that time when you get to taste our meal, and we made our spiced french fries. So I have some mayo here and some ketchup, which we're going to use as our sauce or our dip. And as you can see, guys, it's crunchy on the outside, but it's moist on the inside. And it's not oily at all, guys. This is something you should definitely try in the method that I showed you. And I'm going to taste. I wish I had a mic, you guys would hear how crunchy it is and how moist, and it has those spices, the coriander, the paprika, which is at a distance. I really enjoy it. Please, guys, try this out. And thank you for joining us today. Otherwise, have a nice evening and goodbye.